Hey guys, what's up? My name's Angry Banjo. We're jumping back into our completely and utterly blind playthrough for Chrono Trigger right now. We're moving along this game pretty quickly. I feel like we're getting close to that near end game experience. I'm not 100% sure though. It looks like we are making our way through though. I wonder what that thing is. Is that something... Let's just switch out party members just to be safe here in case that's something... I don't know what that is. Like I said, we are actually totally playing through this game absolutely blind. And I have a feeling that this is probably going to be like one of those boss fight things. I can never tell. Ah, it's the Guru of Life. So it looks like there were different people from that like different time period that were kind of scattered, I guess. Or I'm not sure what's going on, but that thing... definitely screams Akira Toriyama there. So we're going to kind of spam him. It looks like he's got three parts, the two hands and the head. I'm going to assume, based on what we've experienced so far in this game, that if we take out the hands, we could do more damage to the head. But in doing so, the hands will eventually regenerate. And we have to kind of stop that from happening. This is just what I'm thinking of right now. So right now, I kind of want to focus on taking out the hands right now, but if we could do some AoE attacks, I feel like we might actually be in some pretty good shape right now. AoE attacks meaning we're going to target everything on the enemy side. I feel like those are the best moves, possibly. In the game, yes, they use up a lot of our MP, but they actually do, you know, more than just one area. This guy has to have a lot of HP. Looking at it right now, he has to have a lot of HP. And I'm not talking just like, oh, he's got HP for the hands and the head. I feel like every single like encounter like this, like the hands have like, say, they'll have like 5,000 HP and the head will have like 15,000. And then like it's so hard because we kind of have to whittle away at the whole because the arms will heal up the head. And it's just frustrating. And switching out to putting Frog in our party because I'm pretty sure, you know, with Frog we could do the cure for the entire party, which is very beneficial with that and Moral. I feel like having two people that could do heal versus, say, one or none really kind of makes it... I think it's much better to do it the way we're doing it here, even though it feels like we're probably going to fail and have to start to fight over again. I'm looking at our HP right now. Chrono and Moral are in danger, but not as much as Frog. We got one hand down. We got both hands down. This is good. So I'm going to guess the best course of action for us right now would be to spam healing, I guess, for Frog and Moral to do it, and just have Chrono do physical attacks, unless you want to go like X-Strike here. Some kind of like dual tech and do extra damage, and then have the other character focus on healing up our party members. I feel like we're going to have a few turns where it's going to be like this. I don't know. Like I said, this is a totally and utterly blind playthrough of this game. So I'm not quite sure what we have, what's going to happen here, or how intense this fight's going to be. I don't want to lose the fight, and I don't want to see our, you know, our party get slaughtered here. Okay. Hands are regenerated. So let's work back in for some fun here. This is going to take some time. We saw how long it took us for us to take down the hands. We do have to be careful, though. I think the issue is going to be, for this perspective here, is we're probably going to run out of MP soon, unless we can wipe out, you know, the hands quicker, and when they regenerate, they generate less health. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, this is a game we're totally playing blindly through, so you guys are watching me struggle and fail miserably all at once. It's a very interesting situation, needless to say the least. We're not in the best of shape in terms of health. Okay, so the hands do have less HP this time, which is fantastic, because it gives us an opportunity to really start focusing on doing damage to the head. I think this should take out the other hand. In theory, it does, so we can take down the head. Alright. Now we're getting somewhere, but our HP is low for our entire party. Oh, I mean, it's low. I'd say Chrono and Frog are at about the halfway point. The question is, can we make it through the rest of this fight without having to actually heal ourselves up? And we're going to do moves that are less intensive on our MP. I don't want to go through all our MP and have his hands regenerate and then kind of be screwed. And we see here commencing arm restoration, so we really got to hope that we can actually blow through and damage this guy. Nope. Hands restored. Alright. That's what I was worried about. So it looks like each time the hands restore, they get less HP, and they also restore weaker. So they're going to have less HP, and they're also going to restore quicker because of that. Typical RPG strategies here. I know going after the head is the logical point because going after the head is going to end the fight, but he's going to have that double hand attack that does a bejesus ton of damage. That's what I'm worried about. I don't like getting my ass handed to me, and I feel like we've had fights previously in this game where it's a boss, it's one boss, but they have 3 parts, and the 3 parts work together as a whole. You attack just the head, the other 2 parts are going to counter. So we take that away, which we just did. We should be whittling away the rest of this guy's health. That's the key word, whittling away slowly. I feel like we're getting there. And like I said, if we actually had a single attack like that, what Frog just did, and we had it targeted just the arms, I think it would have just, adjusted accordingly to focus on just the remaining pieces. I gotta hope this guy's almost dead, because like I said, Chrono's almost out of MP. I can't... Oh, he restored. Let's get this out. Let's try to get one more attack in on the head. Oh, critical hit. That did nothing. Another critical hit. Oh. Ooh. We're so screwed. We're so screwed. We don't have the MP for Chrono to do lightning, and even Marl can't do much healing damage. I think we're just gonna have to focus on just going after this head. And we did it. We did it, guys. We took down this thing. I don't know what the hell it is, but we just beat it. This is amazing. I didn't know we could... Oh. I was willing to sacrifice our party to beat this guy. Like, I saw Frog had the most health. I said, I'll take down Chrono, and we can try to get through here. But, alright, that's pretty cool. And we brought back the Guru of Life. This is great. I wasn't sure what was going to happen here. Needless to say, the game is getting really just kind of, at this point, a little convoluted in terms of its plot points. That I'm just kind of lost now. I'm just sitting back enjoying the ride. I like the fact that the game is just all over the place, and its plot is unique, and the character development is unique. I do enjoy that. Melchior? Is that how you say his name? That's the dude who made fixed our Masamune. Wow. Yeah, so, like, we've got some crazy stuff going on right now in the game, and Queen wants to bring Lavos out. Like, how crazy is that? They don't know what Lavos is. And you're like, yeah, let's bring Lavos out, or whatever. Her plan is. I think this was her plan was. I'm having a hard time trying to recall everything off the top of my head. Yeah, the immortal Lavos is overtaking her soul from within his slumber beneath the waves. We're getting a lot of plot exposition right now, which is great. And like I said, we're in... What's weird about this timeline is we're technically in the past for our current... For Chrono, Marl, and Luca's timeline. So we're going to call them the present. But we're going to say Robo's the future and Frog's the past. This is between Frog and Chrono's time period, which is really weird and, I guess, confusing. Judging based on just everything as a whole, like, it kind of feels like a weird situation where it doesn't look too far in the past or the future. I don't know. This could actually be before Frog's time. Just judging by the look of it. We're gonna get a little cinematic scene here, and that's not good. Although I don't understand how they can have like a mountain hanging off a chain. That's not something I understand in terms of logic, as well as just as a whole. You talk about logic and gravity and that stuff, that doesn't work. So we're learning more about Lavos here. It looks like slowly he consumes the energy of the planet as he sleeps underground. That's some pretty, I don't want to say it's some pretty intense stuff, but that's kind of scary if you think about it. That this creature, this being, it somehow came down to the planet and has been underground this whole time. And looks like the Queen's kids have come down here. And the one thing that kind of bothers me, it doesn't really bother me that much. It's more so the fact that we do have this like separation, this kind of classism here in this time period. When I talk about classism, we have the upper class that has the ability to use magic, living up in the sky, and then we have, you know, the non-magic using people who look like they're, you know, the cave people. Like, it looks like, if we're gonna theorize here, that because we don't see magic being used anymore in Frog's Time. So this has to be before Frog's Time. I get timelines mixed up in this game pretty easily. Some are more distinct than others, and some are less distinct. Like this one feels like it could be like a pseudo-futuristic, maybe slight past. I can't tell because like when we were up in the sky kingdom, they felt very advanced, and you think about it as a whole, it's like, wow, these guys kind of, you know, went anti-advanced, and it really is a little disconcerting, so to speak, I guess, if we're talking about it like that. But it looks like Dalton here, this guy who seems like he'd be your stereotypical like douchebag kind of guy, is coming to take away the princess lady. I guess we call her a princess. They call her Lady Shala, but I'm going to call her a princess because that feels more appropriate because her mother's the queen, and she took the little boy. If we're going to compare that Dalton character from the brief interactions we've had with him so far, he comes off as very Hercule or Mr. Satan, whichever version of Dragon Ball Z you watched. I know I'm using a Toriyama character to reference another Toriyama character, but I really do feel like that is the case. But right now, we are getting ready to stop the Queen from bringing out Lavos, and we need to, because in theory, if we stop Lavos here and now, we should be able to kind of like, you know, prevent all the crazy stuff that happens in the future. Now, this is all timeline wibbly-wobbly logic here that we're using, but that's not necessarily going to actually work, per se. I don't see... I'm still trying to understand how the timeline works. I thought the ruby knife was actually a weapon that we got. That's why we're checking out the equip screen. I thought it was, but it looks like it's just an item. Yeah, I mean, Ayla can't use anything anyway, so I think it's just an item that we're going to have to use. It's not like we could do anything with it, so we're going to have to leave the underworld, I guess we'll call it. Whatever you want to call it. This guy has goods to sell? He's got some decent stuff. We want to make sure we have the best possible weapons for our characters, even if we don't use the characters. Because you never know, later in the game, an endgame boss fight might come up, and it might be better to have Robo or Luca or Ayla instead of the 3 party members we have at this point. That would definitely be something we should consider. I want to make sure we're good. I don't want to make sure our characters get slaughtered out in the battlefield, because that would be the worst possible thing. We're gonna hop in our little spaceship here, and yeah, see, this is considered the antiquity time, whatever the hell that means, or that's where we travel to. Middle Ages, antiquity. So antiquity comes after prehistory but before Middle Ages. So the way they had the timeline set up, it was really confusing to me right now. So we're gonna get off here. The end of time. We really do need to kind of stop here at the end of time right now, because if we don't stop here, we won't get this little cutscene, it looks like. We're just doing this so we can replenish our HP and MP. Now, we learned earlier that Ayla can't use magic because she came from a time before magic, and Robo can't use magic because he's a robot, and robots therefore inherently do not have a soul. I'm going to say this, that is very interesting logic they use to kind of prevent us from actually doing anything in regards to, I guess we could say, you having characters have magic. And I don't think we meant to go here. Maybe we did. I don't know. Strange construct. This thing is still asleep. So I guess we weren't supposed to come here anyway. The thing's just mumble, and it's in deep sleep right now. We probably should just go back to that Magic Kingdom, they call it. Disney's gonna sue us for calling it that. So it's antiquity, which is 12,000 BC, which is crazy when you think about it. That this society feels more advanced as a whole than and when I say advanced, like you see, it's like that kind of like a slight ice age, which would make sense since it's after the reptiles got ate dirt, so to speak, we'll say. And we're gonna use this portal to get up here, and it's a totally different, like I said, society, going from the ground dwellers to being up in the sky. It feels vastly different. And I'm not sure if that's a good thing or if that's a bad thing, but it's definitely a big difference, and we get different culture and everything like that. And my thing is, I get it that eventually, this is going to have to crash down to Earth eventually at some point. Looking at the timelines. Right now, I'm trying to figure out where we're supposed to be going. Because I'm at a total and utter loss right now. I know we're supposed to go up here. Are we supposed to go confront the queen, which would require us to kind of wander around a little bit here in order to find the queen and eventually I guess we're going to have to stop her. I don't know what her plan is in order to bring about Lavos. I don't know how this is like this. Like, how? We see this. They're just islands. I know it's a video game. I know we're playing a video game that we should suspend our belief in, reality for a period of time to play the game and enjoy the game. But it's just kind of, I don't get it. They don't really explain it either. It's something that we just kind of have to accept. And at that point in time, at the same point in time, I'm saying just accept it. I can't. And we can't go up this mountain either. I do like how they try to add the blizzard effects in here. It doesn't always work. So we're actually going to go up here, and we're going to get up to the next portion of the map. And it's annoying because that kind of breaks up your, traveling around here, and to get to the last portion of this floating kingdom place. We have the different towns, so we kind of got to wander around here. We have to do something specific. This guy, okay, cool. Oh, that's right. This guy is a shopkeeper, so he has some of the best weapons and items in the game. Notice how we have 65,000 gold right now, and see these great items up top? We want to pretty much buy all this stuff because there's some, like I said, some of the best items in the game. The key thing was we need to make sure we did not tell him that we have to be honest with him. If we're honest with him, he'll sell to us. So we're probably not going to be able to buy, I guess, all the stuff we need or we want to buy right now. You see we're at 5,000 gold, so we kind of have to either sell some stuff or we're going to have to grind out some gold because we want to get that better sword for Chrono. We want to get that better sword for, the better weapons that he is selling at this time. So like I said, we're just going to sell all the equipment we're not using at this moment in time because we need that money. I don't know why I didn't think about doing that sooner. We do get a lot of money throughout the game. We do want to make sure we get, all the best possible items before we get to the next stage in the game. Because I feel like we're getting to that massive endgame section already. And I know this is like a 1990s RPG, but this looks like an interesting spot for us to leave off while instead of scrolling through all the menus, which is what I'm doing. We're going to call it a break here today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name's been Anger Bancho. This has been our blind playthrough for Chrono Trigger. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And I think next time we're going to go try to take down the Queen or stop Lavos or whatever it is we need to do. So I'll see you guys then.